Yo, what up, guys? Total Control 871. Sorry about the low light conditions, but that's what I'm working with here at the cabin. In case you're wondering why I am back at the cabin, last night, about 5:30 p.m. last night, I was hit by a car. I was making a left-hand turn utilizing a left-hand turn lane, and the light was green in my favor. I signaled my left-hand turn by fully extending my left arm. I was halfway through my left turn when a vehicle suddenly gunned its engine and struck me. I sustained some mild to moderate injuries, nothing broken. Anyway, the Black Rider took some damage. Looks like the preliminary survey that the mechanics did. Looks like I'm going to need a new derailleur, quite possibly a new rim. The back rim is slightly bent. It might be able to be trued back into its original integrity, or might not. I do indeed have a history of being very hard on bike components, so I could very well indeed be needing a new rim. I'm sure you guys probably know, how pissed I am right now. The EMTs, they were for the most part very nice. The Galloway Township, this happened in Galloway. Galloway Township Police, they collected the Black Rider. I was in no condition to ride it, and the Black Rider could not be ridden anyway. It had already sustained considerable damage. The Galloway Police Department was, as accommodating as possible. The EMTs, the Galloway EMT department, was extremely accommodating. Once I was discharged from the ER, they sent an ambulance to pick me up and, return me to the Black Rider. I'm afraid complications arose from that transport. I don't even want to get into it. Nothing that the police or the EMTs did wrong. Actually, what happened wrong was at the hospital. The reason why I say I don't want to get into it is because I really, really do not like talking about my back injury. I think I've shared about that, briefly before. Most people do not believe you, as was the case in this physician in the Pomona Mainland division of, Atlantic Care Hospital, whatever. Yeah, so unless these doctors and nurses, they respond to things that they can see, namely broken bones. Thankfully, I did not have any broken bones. I have a very bad back, I said before. It doesn't take a whole lot to send it out of whack, and when it does go out of whack, walking is near impossible. I have, well, for the past 7 years, I've had to sleep with a bedside urinal. Yeah, that's not Mountain Dew. Not anymore, anyway. I don't mean to be graphic or gross you out, but I after I've laid down for an hour or so, my back, the lumbar, will completely decompress, you know, and when it decompresses, the disc slip out of alignment. The back is in the belief that it is done for the day, that its load-bearing responsibilities are done for the day. And, well, guys got to get up and take a piss at night, so I learned the hard way. Several years ago, I very nearly pissed all over myself. Maybe looking back, I can think it may have looked kind of comical watching me crawl into this bathroom, but it's not comical. The shit was extremely painful, and I could not for the life of me stand up and walk. It's just, and it's like, because you guys know how much of a, TV head and, how much cinema I like. I think you pretty much gleaned that about my persona, how much I like TV, movies. And it's like, there was a couple of times I was this close, right there on the edge of my tongue, to saying to this doctor or these nurses, I feel like Una from Eon Flux. I could just imagine the look on their face. What the fuck are you talking about? If they didn't think I was a junkie before, they damn sure would then. But I'm sure my sci-fi fans out there, MTV sci-fi fans, they'll know what I'm talking about, because well, that is exactly how I felt. Like I had like no fucking vertebrae, and walking is just simply fucking impossible. Anyway, like I said, with a good night's rest, the back was able to reset itself, so to speak. There's still a lot of pain. My left hip took the brunt of my fall anyway. And well, like I said, right now I'm more concerned about the BLACKRIDER. I fucking love that bike. I think you guys know that. So the BLACKRIDER is in the shop right now. I always feel very, very apprehensive. I feel nervous, a lot of anxiety when I don't have my bike. Which kind of brings me to why I'm back at the cabin, before I forget, because sometimes I'll blanch off into different topics and forget what I was originally talking about. I needed transport, a desperate, 11 p.m. call to the owner of the land here. This man has earned more stars in his crown. He has earned so many sets of wings. I really do hope a massive blessing comes his way. But yeah, so the owner comes and he picks me up, and more importantly, from an older injury, because I keep a good deal of my property here at the cabins during the winter while I'm traveling abroad. And, well, the hospital, Dr. Cruz, saw fit to refuse me the use of crutches. Now, Dr. Cruz says Dr. Cruz that he cannot release me until I am able to ambulate unassisted. Is that a fact? How the hell do you think I got these crutches? When I destroyed my ankle, I was given these crutches. Oh, that's right. A destroyed ankle is something that you can see in an x-ray. And if you can't see it in an x-ray or a CT scan, then as far as you're concerned, I'm just a lowlife with a fake injury. Where was your no crutches policy when I had a destroyed leg and needed to be admitted into your hospital there in Pomona? The nurse told me I was going to be admitted, and then of course after checking that I didn't have insurance, well, this became my hospital. They gave me a set of crutches then, sent me on my way. So anyway, the owner had to come and bring me my old set of crutches because this hospital refused to bring me, or excuse me, to give me a set of crutches. I'm very angry about that. I want to make it very clear. All I asked this doctor for was a set of crutches so that I could fucking walk, or some semblance of walking, and preferably a prescription for a strong Motrin. That's it. I didn't want a note off from work. I don't work anymore. I don't want any of your fucking opioids. And I damn sure don't want, what was it? Toradol. Yeah, you definitely get the shit treatment when you turn down the Toradol injection. Toradol it is alleged to be a pain medication. I have had it before in the past. Like I said, I've had a number of injuries, especially to my back. Toradol is not a pain medication. It has zero anesthetic value. All it does is burn like hell as it's being injected with a fairly large needle. The Toradol is nothing more than a fucking mind trick. It is a ridiculous hoop. If you are willing to endure the pain of this substance being injected into you that causes pain, doesn't abate pain, it causes pain. If you are willing to endure that, then it is their belief that your injury may have more validity to it. Again, I want to reiterate, I did not want any opioids. Opioid medications don't even register well with me anyway. There's an explanation behind that. I'm not getting into it tonight. But apparently crutches and Motrin was beyond what this doctor was willing to do for me. So an emergency call to the owner here. He comes, collects me, and I'm going to be here for tonight, maybe tomorrow night. I am racing to get this fucked up back of mine back in operating condition. I just don't want to be in Atlantic City, in that kind of a injured state, unable to really defend myself, and definitely unable to ride the bike. So I won't be here but another day or so. Anyway, that's what's going on. This is healthcare. You know, I could definitely go off onto a healthcare rant from here, but I will not. Yeah. If anything, it might sound ridiculous. Say some prayers for the Black Rider. You know, that's a really bad joke with us cyclists. You know, no matter how fucked up we get, you know, somebody always says, "Yeah, but is the bike okay?" All right. Oh yeah. Like I said, the preliminary diagnostics on the Black Rider. I don't think it's gonna need, or knowing my luck, it'll probably be, you know, right there on the dime or very near to $300. You know. Um, and of course, my deductible on my insurance is $300. So damage wise, you know, I might be on the hook, but like I say, this guy's insurance, you know, I think his insurance is going to be on the fucking hook. But either way, we'll see what happens. It's a lot of crazy shit as far as insurance goes in New Jersey. Insurance is a very mob run thing here in New Jersey. They have something called a PLIGA law. Google it if you like. PLIGA, PLIGA, some shit like that. Even if you have health insurance, you're not allowed to use it in New Jersey when you've been involved in a motor vehicle accident, even if you were not the person inside the vehicle. They want you to go through something called PLIGA. Basically what it is, you are sent, you're not allowed to use your doctors, you're not allowed to do anything. It's like workers' comp, but for a car injury, along those lines. These doctors, you know, when you go to have your lawsuit, and I'm not even talking lawsuit at this point, you know, but should you have a lawsuit, you know, these doctors want to make sure that you came to them so that they can, they pad the bill ridiculously. You know, if you had sustained the exact same injury, you know, in some kind of a sport or whatever, you know, I'll use a round figure, you know, your medical costs would have come to like, you know, 2 or 3,000. But now that it's an auto injury, suddenly this doctor is saying, oh, well, we did ABC, XYZ, your medical bill is now $15,000 or more. And of course, any kind of settlement, they get their slice of that pie before you ever see a dime. Yeah, that's New Jersey. Look, you think I was joking? It is a mob-run state. All right, that's it for now. Total Control 871.